The worst thing, right, when you can't go to the gym is that people come up to you and go, "Why you look so small? What happened? Do you not lift weights anymore?" You're like, "You mother Hubbard, I'm cutting, I'm leaning up. What do you? I'll take my top off right now." We can't train. We can't train because the damn thing, the situation, can't say the word on YouTube, not allowed, is sweeping around the world and all the gyms are closed. And now it's getting to the point where I grip my teeth and I think I'm going crazy. But also, let's just take a step back and realize that while the gym is one of the best places in the world on planet Earth, it's not everything. It doesn't, right now, look, the worst thing, right, when you can't go to the gym is that people come up to you and go, "Why you look so small? What happened? Do you not lift weights anymore?" You're like, "You mother Hubbard, I'm cutting, I'm leaning up. What do you? I'll take my top off right now." But you got the perfect excuse. You got the perfect excuse. A magical entity came and closed all the gyms, so we all had to train at home. Anyway, I know what everyone's going through. I know it's all going to get in your head, but remember, because it is all of us, it's going to be okay. And if you are brand new to working out, or you're still in your infancy, or you just don't know this stuff, don't forget that you do have muscle memory. So any gains or progress that you've made over the last few months, years, weeks, whatever it will be, it will still be there. So you'll get back to where you were before quicker. Simple as that. Your body doesn't forget. It's a magical, wonderful thing. I don't know why I'm focusing on magic here. The second time I've said it. So that's a cool thing to remember when tough gets tough. With that said, everyone keeps sending me messages saying, "Simon, well, how are you training at the moment? How are you training at the moment?" So I just thought I'd tell you. We'll do a little video, we'll sit down, we'll have a cup of tea, and we'll share some stories. At this time, I will ask you to subscribe if you haven't done already, and please hit that like button, and doubly, if everybody could check their notifications and the bell is clicked, that would rock too, because YouTube's just gone crazy throughout this pandemic, and for some reason it seems to be ruining notifications, and my views are down, and that makes me really sad, because I love my YouTube channel. I want to see it do well. But anyway, what I'm going to tell you is dependent on using some form of equipment. But, the weights that I did order, I'm still waiting for some more weights to come. I'm just ranting now, but I ordered weights before everything went crazy, and they're still not here, and you can't get in touch with the company. They just send you an automated response going, "We're working on it." It's been like 2 weeks anyway. So I'll give you some of the stuff that I have been doing and that I'm doing now that equipment has come. But genuinely, on the first couple of days where I just had me, I just thought to myself, well, let's just kick my own ass as best as I can. So I found a door frame in my house that I could do pull-ups on, and don't ruin your house. And, so I literally, let me show you what I remember top of my head. So I did a bunch of push-ups, just as, you can start breaking it down into reps and sets, but ultimately, we're like doing caveman workouts now. So just do as many as you humanly possibly can. That's the way I would do it. Just kick your own ass until you can kick your ass no more. So I did pull-ups. I did push-ups. No, it's the same thing. I'm gone crazy. I did pull-ups. I did push-ups. I did standing squats. You can do that until the cows come home. I had some resistance bands, so I kind of did some shoulder work, did some lateral raises, did some front raises, did sort of arm work using that too. I did the plank challenge. We already talked about the plank challenge on another video. I started off by doing a minute on Monday. Tuesday, I did a minute 10. Wednesday, I did a minute 20. Today is Thursday, so I'll do 90 seconds. And you can do more than that. I can go further, but I like the idea of starting at a minute. I just want to see how well I'll progress over the, potentially weeks and months at this stage. So I did that. I got a couple of chairs and I did some chair dips. I, sort of moved myself around with the push-up. So I did some incline push-ups where you find yourself a table and, you basically put your body like that. I did some decline push-ups where you put your legs on the table instead. So I did all those kind of things. And I just did some random stuff like I ran up and down my stairs. I did some high knees. I did some burpees. What else? I did some star jumps, some jumping jacks. I just did all of these things to get my heart rate going, and I made sure that no matter what I was doing, I just kept going until my body sent that, amazing thing to my brain that goes, "You have to stop now. I need a little bit of time to recover." And talking about recovery, I also made sure that my rest sets were really, really, really short. I'm talking no longer than 30 seconds maximum, because again, that way you're just benefiting from the environment that you find yourself in, and you're just sort of able to get that, I can't even think of the right word, but just break the muscle down as best as you can. And that's when things started to arrive so I could have a little bit more fun. So I've got one of those pull-up bars that's up there right now, which means not only can I do wide grip pull-ups, but I can do underground pull-ups and I can do neutral grip pull-ups too. So that's 3 exercises in one right there. I mean, you can literally do 4 sets of each. And if you're really, really going well and squeezing your lats and your back at the top of the pull-up, it's a pretty good workout, really. I mean, pull-ups are fantastic and you should incorporate them into any routine. But it's one of these ones that you could also flip around and do push-ups. So now not only can I do them on my hands, but I can kind of do them again with a neutral grip and make sure that I go in super, super low and basically be, what's the word that they say? But you know what I'm talking about. I can get better depth because obviously my arms are off the floor. And then finally today, I got a couple of dumbbells turned up. And this is the thing that I wanted to focus on mostly, because just think of the amount of things you can actually do with dumbbells. Now, having a bench would be better, but I'd never be able to get that into my flat, so there's no point even pretending. Well, I could, but my flat's already a nightmare as it is. But if you go through each of the muscle groups, there's nothing that you can't do with a dumbbell. So, this is the kind of stuff that I will be doing. For my chest, I'll do floor presses or, floor dumbbell presses. You don't need a bench. Not only is you still going to get a pump out of it, but you'll protect your shoulders because you won't be able to go below parallel, which I quite like doing. But again, there's nothing wrong with protecting your shoulders. So you can do that. You can do some flies. If you're smart and sensible, you could even prop your back up a little bit using whatever you may have in your house, and you could do incline press. Don't do that with any too heavy weights, I would say, because I would imagine your body won't be... Well, it won't be rigid. You won't be on a rigid enough surface unless you've come up with something really good to protect yourself. But that's 3 pretty decent exercises right there. And there'll be others that I'm not even thinking about right now. But then you move on to back. And again, you could do deadlifts with them. It's not the same as doing it with a bar, but you're still able to do it. You can do dumbbell rows. That rocks. You can do shrugs. Anyone can do shrugs with a pair of dumbbells. So we are starting to carve out a decent workout. Same with shoulders. You can do lateral raises. You can do front raises, the stuff that I was doing with resistance bands. But now I got a couple of dumbbells. I can do that with a little bit more weight. And with legs, really, I mean... Hack squat. If you do a bunch of standing squats, so if you say to yourself, I'm going to do 200 standing squats, by the time you get to 40, your legs are already going to be burning. But if you are doing them as well with 2 dumbbells in your hand, let's say you superset that with lunges. Again, I don't have that much room in my house, but where there's a wheel, there's a way. With the right intensity, to me, that is not a bad workout at all. And you can probably structure it so you're doing it once every other day. At least that's what I'm going to go and try and do. So you do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and you're essentially doing all body workouts, which actually may work for a little while because you'll surprise your body, you'll shock it. It's so used to going to the gym and breaking things down into push day and pull day and leg day. When all of a sudden you're working your whole body and doing these quick sets and these quick exercises, you may go, oh, hey, woohoo, and you may actually see some progress. Who knows? I think for right now, we should just be training and lifting weights because that's what we're used to, and trying to keep a routine that reminds you of normality, I think, is important for your mental health. And of course, if you are working out, that's good for your physical health as well. And while we're not allowed to go outside, I mean, where I live, for example, I could probably go and do lunges outside. There's nobody out there. If someone tells me off, I'll lunge my way back in the house. Maybe you shouldn't do that. It depends where you live. But don't forget, there is a bunch of stuff you can do with dumbbells, and hopefully my barbell will arrive at some stage with the weights that I ordered. And then think of all the other stuff you can do. I mean, if you don't put it on too heavy weight, you can do squats. I mean, no one really likes hoisting up there, but you can. You can do proper deadlifts. You can do Romanian deadlifts. You can do barbell rows. Then you can not only do dumbbell shrugs with your dumbbells, but you can do barbell shrugs. You can do other shoulder stuff with that as well. You can front raise with a barbell. You can do military presses with it, which you can also do, with your dumbbells too. You can do standing shoulder presses. So be smart with it. Be as robust as you can, and don't be afraid, I guess, to kind of come out of your comfort zone. But ultimately, make sure you plan your workout before you do it. Again, I'm a big advocate right now with home workouts to do it every other day, and just push yourself as much as you want to. And even if you take a few months off and you put on a few extra pounds, you know that when you do settle back into your normal routine, you get back to being a big jack guy or a strongman guy or a bodybuilding guy or whatever the hell you are. I don't know. It's all good as long as you're happy. Finally, too, you can work your core like a crazy person. Like we've already talked about doing the plank challenge, which I'm going to say to everyone, do the plank challenge every single day. Just add 10 seconds, see where you are in a few weeks. But you can do leg raises. You can just do seated crunches. You can do seating sit-ups. And, if you go back to the gym in, an indeterminate point in the future and your core is 10 times better than it was, then your lifts are going to be better too. That really, really is true. You kind of find out, especially with compound movements, you find out quite quickly how important your core is. So maybe that's another little goal you can set yourself. Get my core to a point where I don't just flop around like a moron. And make sure you do some kind of yoga. I'm not kidding you. I've been doing DDPY every day. I know we talked about this in another video, but it's just good. It's just good all around. And he too understands that if you're doing a yoga like that, you want to be challenged. So if you go into some of the really hard workouts, you'll definitely be sweating by the end of it. And, if you get, it's the endorphin thing, right? As long as you've got a sweat on, and as long as you feel like you've exerted yourself, usually that's decent enough to consider it a good workout. So do that. If you haven't got the dumbbells, don't worry about it. Do all the bodyweight stuff we've talked about. Arnold Schwarzenegger put a good thing up. I'm not going to remember it off the top of my head, but he had like push-ups, pull-ups, some kind of bends, some kind of rows and stuff. But check it out. It's on his Instagram. I think it's on his Twitter. I think it's on his Facebook. If you really have no equipment and you don't know what to do, I'll try and remember and put the link in the description, but I'm so bad at that. Go and check out what Arnold Schwarzenegger put up and follow. If you can't follow Zarni's advice, then whose advice can you follow? Don't need to worry about this bald idiot. And that's that. Just thought I'd check in and throw that out there. Please hit the subscribe button like I say. Hit the like button like I say. And again, if you could just check the notification bell so you know more about my videos. Because I was doing all right like a few weeks ago. And now it's just all falling apart because YouTube's crazy. Because I live stream. Not going to get into that. That's not what this video is about. I talk about that on every video. My name is Simon Miller, the Bald Asshole. Also on Twitter and Instagram at SimonMiller316. If you do want to come ask me a question and if you want to support me in other means, it is patreon.com/Simon Miller 316. But stay safe, stay healthy, don't worry too much about working out, do what you can, and I respect you for giving it a go. I'll see you soon.